Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Easily one of the most, I guess, slept on Storm games, if I was to be completely honest. As a big ass fan of the Storm series, I actually never got to play Storm 1 when I was younger. My first game was Storm 2. So because I never had a PS3, because it was a PS3 exclusive, because of the company it was made by. I think it was Insomniac that was one of the developers. I don't know. It was an exclusive for PS3. And I've been seeing a lot of questions lately asking whether or not it's worth grabbing in 2020. Is there any point in playing it? Or do you just play the Ninja World timeline in Storm 3? Which, you know, that's a fair argument as well, honestly, because the Ninja World timeline pretty much has most of the major fights. But I'm here today to show you sort of what you're missing out on and sort of what Storm 1 actually has to offer, like on the next gen consoles, and sort of like, you know, what you can expect. So first, let's have a look at the roster of characters that you actually have access to in the free battle mode. Now, there's not that many because it's Storm 1. I mean, you know, it's part 1 Naruto, so it's not really that much, but there are costumes, obviously, so you get the costumes pre-standard in most Storm games. There's not many costumes for each character. Like, for each character, there's maybe like 1 or 2 costumes, or at least, you know, maybe 2. For whatever reason that is beyond me, they skipped that arc in this game. Now, that is the only reason that I would say this game is trash. Just because they skipped Zabuza and Haku, which is easily one of the most important arcs, like the very first sort of main arc of Naruto Part 1, and one of the most sort of, I guess, what shaped Naruto as a ninja, like what sort of began his path, which was kind of crazy that they just skipped it. But you know, I don't know, I'm not too sure exactly what they were thinking with that, but it is what it is. I guess at the end of the day, there's not really much we can do about it because it's already made, except voice our concern that if they ever make a Storm complete, or like some sort of Storm game that just goes through the whole series, story, they better not skip Zabuza and Haku, because we gonna be mad. Now, as for the story mode, there is actually there's no story mode technically. There is a free mode where you run around the town, which is another feature that is slept on in the future Storm games, which I also don't understand why. I mean, there's nothing too crazy about this. It's pretty much similar to Broken Bond or Rise of a Ninja character free roam. I don't know why they didn't add this into the future Storm games. This would have been perfect. Like, this is the one reason why I think if you want a cool Storm experience, grab Naruto Storm 1, because this is probably easily one of the reasons why it makes it worth to play this game. Now, having said that, as we continue, literally the only place you can travel around is the Leaf Village. So you probably get about 10 minutes of sort of exploration fun, and then it just becomes a grind after that. There are items that you do have to run around and collect. For example, you have to open these seals, and behind it there are books There's various items that you need to unlock certain missions and certain requirements. From my understanding, this essentially right now we are set in post Naruto. So this is the city post Naruto. This is after Sasuke leaves the village. You know, this is after everything's already happened. This is pretty much this is pre-Naruto going out with Jiraiya on his adventure, but this is also post-Naruto Sasuke fighting. You are pretty much stuck in this sort of state through this whole game. So it's essentially, it's a memory-based game. So you're essentially, look at it, if you want to look at it like this, you can. You are in this village collecting items, going over lost memories. You're essentially remembering all the memories that you've had in this village before you go out and train with Jiraiya. That's pretty much how I look at it. And, you know, you do little bits and bobs. There's side quests that you actually have to go and seek out players on the map to find them, to then do the mission that they have, which is usually just training or hide and seek with Konohamaru, where you actually have to actively go look for him in the village. There's like a GPS mapping system that like sort of guides you and helps you sort of find him. But it's not as black and white as that. I can show you the sort of the gameplay of hide and seek, but for now let's just get into the mission list. So the mission list consists of S to D. Oh no, sorry. We have main quests here. So this is like your main stage quests. So your main arcs. This is your arc sections. So in the arcs you have the Genin training arc, you have Chunin exam arc, you have Leaf destruction arc, Tsunade search arc, and Chasing Sasuke arc. So there's 5 arcs, I believe. Yes, 5 arcs to play through. Each arc requires a certain amount of mission XP, and you get mission XP by completing S to D rank missions. Now, first you will start off with D rank missions. These are the ones that you will start off with, which involve having to break a certain amount of items, travel a certain distance in the village, and also take enough, I think it's do enough time. Yeah, 2 hours. So this is where collecting items around the map comes in handy, because this is the time when you would want to be doing that, which is very helpful when if you're trying to 100% the trophies on this game. Definitely take advantage of the fact that you will have to take a certain amount of steps. For example, at the moment, I am currently working on these 3, and this one, which is, I believe, walk. Yeah, footsteps. Like, I have to take 29,000 steps, and I'm currently at, what am I at? I'm at 25,000 steps. So I'm still going through and sort of 100%ing the trophies on this, so I'm taking this time to sort of go around and collect items and stuff. There are tree climbing events. There are, you know, your general fighting events. There's hide and seek, like I said. Tree climbing events range from 2 different things. So there's either chasing ones or there's tree climbing. So chasing is like when you're chasing after, for example, in the Chasing Sasuke arc, you are hopping trees trying to catch up to Sasuke to fight him. Tree climbing is sort of training chakra. You're just climbing up a massive tree. It's just a little mini game. We'll have a go at it in a sec, and I'll show you the 2 different ones. That way we can do this mission. I can show you sort of what the tree jumping is like. And honestly I enjoyed the tree jumping events. That was sort of one of the more enjoyable activities. Least enjoyable, in my opinion, was the Konohamaru hide and seek, because it's not as fun as it sounds. it's sort of I mean, initially it's fine, but then once you have to start completing it in a certain amount of time, it becomes a bit of a hassle. I don't know. It feels more like a grind than it does feel fun, so it is what it is, though. Anyway, let's jump in. Akamaru ran away, a high-speed escape in the forest. So we're just going to do this one and the tree climbing, just to give you guys an idea. If you guys played the Ultimate Ninja games on the PS2, you guys would be aware of what I'm talking about. I believe it was at the Ultimate Ninja series. There was mini-games for tree climbing. You could do actually like split screen tree jumping and stuff, and you could challenge your friends and do all that, which I always loved. I did that with my mate. Like when we were younger, we'd do the tree climbing. We'd do jutsu activation training. So it was like you'd pretty much do whoever could do the most amount of seals, I believe it was. It was just a seal challenge. You just have to press a bunch of buttons and perform jutsus faster than your opponent, which, if I'm remembering that correctly, I could be remembering that slightly wrong, but it was it was a fun time. You know, I don't know. When you're a kid and you like Naruto, then anything that is Naruto related was fun. Nowadays, I feel like people have very high expectations for Naruto games, and people can't just enjoy games for what they are. But unfortunately, in their defense, a lot of games don't really have much to offer compared to older games. So, for example, there's not too much new things to do, which is, it's sad to admit, but it is. You know, like there's games that are coming out now that don't have nearly as much to offer as some old games do that are a part of the same series. I would say, yeah, it definitely depends on whether or not you're actually a Naruto fan. If you really enjoyed Part 1 Naruto and you want to play it, yeah, sure, go for it. If you are just looking for a game to play during lockdown or whatever, or if you're just looking for an anime game to play, I'd consider playing it. If you don't have that much money to throw around, given the state and the times that we're kind of in at the moment, maybe wait till it goes on special, because I mean, it's exactly what I said. It's an old game. You're not missing anything by not playing it straight away. You know what I mean? It's definitely, you don't need to rush out and get it. You know, like it's not going anywhere. It's not like it's a brand new game. It's not like anything can get spoiled for you. You already know what happens in Naruto. But if you're looking for the experience, then I definitely Ah. You hate to see it. I'd definitely say it's worth the buy, honestly. I would, you know, I'd buy it again. If I had to buy it again, I'd buy it again. You know, if they released a version, another remastered version for PC with better graphics and stuff, I'd probably buy it again. But they have gone on PC, but it doesn't really, I don't think it has any, like, better graphics or anything. But the point is if they remade the game, not remastered, but if they actually did a remake of it and redid everything in it, I would buy it again. Because to me, it's worth it. So if you're someone that's been looking at playing it, I'd say, yeah, go for it. Go for it. If you're interested in Naruto, go for it. If you're just looking for an anime RPG, go for it as well. It doesn't really matter. Like, it is what it is. I'm sure that everyone that plays this game will enjoy it to some extent. There's really like I said, the only reason not to enjoy it is because they skipped the Zabuza. Maybe in that regard, maybe it's worth just going and playing Rise of a Ninja and Broken Bond on Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, if you want the full experience with the story mode and everything, go play those two games. Go play those two games because they will give you a much better experience. If you're looking for a streamlined sort of version, but still has some of the cool sort of aspects of free mode, the story, and all that, it's, you know, I'd say this game is fine. I'd say it's fine, but if you guys want the full experience, I'd recommend going and playing Rise of a Ninja and Broken Bond, because those games, honestly, I remember clocking so many hours on those games. They were just fun to me. I really love those games, and it kind of hurts that I haven't been able to play it in so long because I don't have a 360 anymore. So, and they're not backwards compatible as far as I know either. So, but if they ever made like brand new versions of those games, I would be all over it. I would be all over it. I would 100% play the remakes of those games, to be honest. Or if they just combined it into one game. But yeah. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was somewhat informative for you. Hope you guys, if you guys do play it, I hope you enjoy it. And just, you know, remember to just enjoy it for what it is. You're paying $15. Don't get upset if a game isn't up to the standards of, say, Ghost of Tsushima or Cyberpunk, or, you know, some of those AAA titles. You know, you're paying $15 for it. It's a small experience. It's not going to be $60 anymore. Maybe back in the day it was $6, but today, you know, you play it for what it is, and you play it for the experience of free roam in Naruto, which you don't get anymore. Like, we haven't had free roam in Naruto since this game, or Broken Bond, you know, as far as I remember, at least. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!